It must have been a good week, John, after the performance and the result you got at the weekend. And I know there's the whole try not to get too high and too low with the varying fortunes, but it must make a difference to these lads and to your staff as human beings to have got some reward for the effort they've been putting in.
Well, exactly that, and it is. You get the reward is the 3 points on Saturday. The performance, everything about it, from the first whistle to the last. You can talk on about incidents in the game and this, that, and the other, but not taking away from the fact that we deserved the 3 points. And the lads were fantastic. They all, as I said, the celebrations in the changing room afterwards, because Paddy scored a hat-trick. It was really, really funny when he walked through the door. So that was funny. They all jumped on him, type of thing. So that was good. And deserved, to be honest. So, we go again. It's been a good week, as you said. They've all come in on a Monday. Good spirits. And then we've had that, good training sessions, and, you plan ahead then for the Fleetwood game.
How quickly did your message turn to, you've just set the standard, that's where the bar goes now? Well,
straight away. So I don't know whether you'd seen yourself, but we had a little bit of a conflab on the pitch right at the end of the game, just to say that's the levels. That is it. That is the levels. That's the standard. And hopefully that'll be the outcome out of games if you put them in. So they know that. They can't drop below that. But then they always ask for the consistency side of things. So the next is, can you do it in training? The training has been really, really, really good. The tempo, the standard's gone up. We've got lads coming back from injury. The competition for places is really good, healthy for the team itself and also for the bench and the squad. So, it only bodes well for the future.
How difficult is it to do it again and again and again and again at those levels, rather than what we've seen, I think, this season, which is you hit those levels and then you've tailed off it and then come back to it?
It is. It is hard, but that is the levels, as you're talking about. This is the inconsistency of this league, or us as a team, or teams in this league. Anyone can throw or perform consistently well as an individual and as a team, then hopefully then you will get your rewards and get the points, and then you're fighting at the other end of the table rather than down the bottom.
What will it do for Paddy Madden, who said afterwards that he was never worried about having not scored for a few games or not scored for the club yet? But again, human nature, it must make a difference to a player when they've had a performance like that.
It does, but I think it was Tom who interviewed us on Saturday after the game, and he was saying, about this move and that move, and then Paddy's took his goals, but he's had chances in other games. We know that it was always going to come. His track record say he scored goals wherever he's gone. He's missed the chances I just spoke about then in other games. Missed one against Newport, a cutback that Isaac has done many a time for other players as well, that we haven't took our chances. But in terms of Paddy, he took them Saturday, and the first goal was absolutely sheer class. And then the other two was as you've seen, he was, Isaac put one across the goal for a tap in, and then the other one is one-on-one with the keeper, and he's put it to the keeper's leg. So, long may it continue.
I'm sure he'll be a focal point in the build-up to this game, because, of course, he's going back to a former club, and as fans, we always think, oh no, we're playing against a former player, he could come back and haunt us. Can that be to your advantage, the fact that Fleetwood fans will have seen what Paddy Madden's done, will remember what he's done for them, and there'll be an element perhaps of fear there of what he can do?
Yeah, because I think he's done that before in previous clubs and gone back and scored goals. So, I think hopefully that happens again the weekend. I'm sure it will, because he's trained really well this week, as of the other forwards, like the lads in the team. So we're looking forward to that, and I think there might be a little bit of a fear factor, because, as I said, he's an experienced player and he's got a track record that backs that up.
You have fewer and fewer of these local games this season, particularly because you lost one of your big rivals last year. How important are they for your supporters and for that old thing we say about bragging rights and trying to get one over geographically local teams?
I think any derby, isn't it? It's always bragging rights. I mean, there was the derby on last night, wasn't it? Exeter Plymouth. So they say it's everything, don't they? You're only going to get 3 points out of it, which is great for us and it helps us where we want to get, and also Fleetwood. So it's big. It's big for the fans. It is the bragging rights, and that's all it is, really, isn't it? For the fans, they can go out and say whatever they say if they all work together and whatever that is. So, but we're just, we're chomping at the bit, and we want to get 3 points Saturday.
How hard a place is Highbury to go? I think they've struggled for results at home for a few seasons, but they appear to have got a bit of a handle on it this season and gone on a run of unbeaten games. Yeah,
I mean, like Pete and Adam, have done brilliant at Barrow. He's a good manager, Pete, as his team's organised. He plays some really good football. And last week they had a decent result, well, a good result, good a point if you like, at Chesterfield, I should say. And then think they beat Harrogate at home 3-2. So we know it's a tough place to go. Said they're always well organised. They play some really good stuff, and as I said, you know, Pete and Adam go about it in the right way.
The early kick-off situation, how much difference does that make? I remember Pete Wilde saying earlier in the season when they had one of these games, he loves it. He thinks it's brilliant. You can get up in the morning and go and get to the game, and there's no waiting around. How do you feel about it?
Similar, to be honest. I mean, at the end of the game, whichever way it's gone, you forget you're lost in the game. You're lost with the time. And you go, oh my God, I've forgot we've kicked off early. The last one we kicked off was here 12:30 against Chesterfield, I think. So we know the setup. We know how to go about the day. So we're just looking forward to it ourselves. It's just get up, get on with it, and you know, hopefully we get the 3 points.
I'm sure you'd have wanted, for momentum reasons, a game in the week, but it must have been advantageous to have a week with a few players being on the cusp of coming back. I know fans were posting pictures and videos of Sean Worley being out warming up before the game, for example, last weekend. Has it helped get a few back into contention this week?
100%, yeah. You've got Sean back now. Tyler was running again on the grass, so he's not too far away. You've got Charlie Caton back. You've got Josh Smith, who had a little bit of illness this week. So yeah, it helps that way. No game midweek. You can work on different things. You can give lads a chance, as I say, to recover from whatever that sickness or injury. So, you know, it's looking good. We're looking a lot healthier.
How much can that bring about a response from the players that have been playing? How much can have somebody snapping at their heels and looking for that shirt improve them in some ways? Definitely.
We just spoke about standards and, you know, levels and stuff, and as I said, the lads have seen that themselves now in terms of the lads coming back and lads who are not too far away. So all of a sudden now the levels have gone up again, and we've noticed it even more so this week, maybe after the win on Saturday, maybe at the lads, you know, pressing out for lads trying to get into the squad, trying to get on the bench, and definitely trying to get a shirt in the first team. So all of a sudden now the standards is more or less through the roof. So we spoke about that yesterday in training, you know, and the training session we had yesterday was really, really good. So, as I said, just that's just got to keep continuing on.